Let's go. Cool kids step to the front. Cool kids. Too sweet sign for the click.
Bitch, you don't work there.
Feel like I need a shower just looking
Gotta
at
get
you.
ready.
What the fuck does that mean?
They ain't been the same ever since.
What?
Living pretty
We
good
cut
on
the
the
hand
chairman.
off.
I ain't
You're gonna be
no
single for the rest of your life.
Brock Lesnar on the beast.
Look at the heat.
Sleep flex and
Look at the
repeat.
heat.
Whole new swag with a pass on the tag. Coming live from the west to the east. Better recognize on the mouthpiece. See the power level got
I get no bitches.
Bringing content on the daily. Feeling like Gresh and Suela.
What's up, family? It is that time again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary pals, and everybody in between. Welcome back to the Gresh and Suela podcast. It is the voice that does the most, the purveyor of mischief, the finesse of the social, and the outcast. It's your boy Gresh. Joined as always is the queen of rebels herself, Suela the Bandit. What is happening?
Hey everybody, I hope y'all are well. I hope y'all are good. It's still cold outside,
I don't know why.
but it's still fine. It's okay for right now.
I don't know why it's still cold.
I'm still trying to process like can we move? Can we please move on to another season? Like I really do appreciate it.
I walked outside. I walked outside and I was like, why is it so cold right
Man,
now?
it's that wind, man. I promise you, like the wind is just does not care. It doesn't for real. And what makes it worse is when I tell people all the time, if you do not stand in the sun, that's what makes it worse. You get in that shade, you're gonna freeze. It's ugly.
Sometimes that sun don't even work.
I
I be standing in the sun and I'm like,
yeah,
damn,
that's true too. Like
still
it
cold.
still don't help anything.
this does not help anything at all. I'm still freezing cold for no
It's
damn
cold.
reason. And
It's
for what?
very cold.
And for what? Like what? Why am I cold?
I'm like, can we please move to another season now, please? I've had enough. I think I've suffered enough. Like, please.
While we still try to figure out our seasons and the seasons changing, for those of you who don't know already, this is the podcast that we literally talk about anything we want because hey, we family around here. But yo, we got something special for you guys as always because I've seen the requests and we are here to deliver because for the foreseeable future, you're going to be getting lots and lots and lots of retro reviews because that is the primary focus of today's episode because outside of a few house notes that I'm going to get to in just a second. We got today's retro review is none other than the April 8th, 2004 edition of SmackDown, which saw the winner of the General Manager Kurt Angle's Great American Award announced while Booker T showed his true colors. And while we progressed through the entire episode, I literally sat down and was like, oh no. Is that episode? And you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when we get to a certain segment during this show, but oh my god, I didn't. It's like this was unintentionally picked. Like I literally just I hit a random. I said, okay, 2004, blah blah blah. Let's go here. Oh, Eddie Guerrero's still champion. We haven't reviewed an Eddie Guerrero episode where he was champion in a minute, well, ever. So it's like, hey, first time for everything, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. But also shout out to our Patreon backers. Typically, we usually run down a list of people individually, but it's been the same crew that's been rocking with us since day one. We appreciate you guys over at patreon.com/GreshDigital. And speaking of house notes, it's that time again for a few house notes so you guys can know what's going on here with the Gresh and Suela podcast. Excluding the live show reviews, the video format of this show has a new home over at patreon.com/GreshDigital. It will be available for all tiers starting at $1. If you're the person who likes to watch podcasts, that will be your place to go. But as far as everyone in general, the show will be available as always wherever you listen to your podcast. And if you missed our Royal Rumble post-show review, make sure you check it out on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter by searching Gresh Unleashed. Or if you're on the road, you can listen to the audio over at www.greshunleashed.com or wherever you subscribe to your podcast. Watch and Vibe will be back for sure next month. I'm sorry about that, but my schedule has not been lining up to where I can produce or we can produce any reaction videos. For those of you who don't know what Watching Vibe is, it is where we react to a classic match or whatever we decide to watch. It can be a classic cartoon, whatever we throw on, we react with you. And if you need to know what I'm talking about firsthand, past episodes are available now with a new one dropping as soon as possible. It's just $1 to join, and Watching Vibe is available for all tiers. And if you want to join the club, you can do so today. Also, the Gresh Reddit reaction videos are back, but I need you guys who are listening to show the r/Gresh subreddit some love by posting something funny. And if it's funny enough, it'll make it into the video. It's pretty much that simple. I missed the last few weeks because of work, but I need you guys to post because we also react to the WWE game subreddit, the WWE subreddit, or the AEW subreddit. Whatever we react to, it is pretty much there for us to do to go through. But I want to show more love to my actual subreddit and make sure you guys join and post something random, whether it is wrestling related or not, but you can try to keep it wrestling related for the content. But yeah, I think that's all the house notes we have. All right, now it's time for our retro review for today's episode. It is time for us to check out SmackDown from April 8th, 2004. The winner of Kurt Angle's Great American Award is announced. Booker T shows his true colors, etc., etc., etc. Before we break down everything, what was your main takeaway from this episode?
I mean,
you ready for that?
Lot.
You ready to talk about that segment, ain't you?
It's that, and then on top of it, like, it's that, and of course, like at the end too. Like,
oh yeah,
I like that too as well. Like, especially when that eagle wing broke off, that was hilarious.
Yeah,
I was like, man,
man, this entire episode just had me just stun locked for a good minute. Like, what are we doing?
I was like, he picked this.
It was on accident, trust me. Cause I was like, yo, I saw Eddie Guerrero and Kurt Angle on the thumbnail, and I'm like, oh snap, let's
do that.
Cause them two together were always, from the clips that I saw, those two together were always money. So I'm like, oh, okay, let's check them out. As soon as this episode took place, I said, as soon as this episode happened, I said, well, fuck.
So funny. Like, hilarious, immediately hilarious. I was like, you know what? I like this episode.
For all the damn wrong reasons. For all the wrong reasons.
Literally.
Oh, God. Well, we start off the show with a recap of last week's Kurt Angle Great American Award, qualifying matches, where Big Show defeated Rikishi, Charlie Haas defeated Rob Van Dam after some shenanigans, Booker T defeated Hardcore Holly by pulling up the tights, John Cena defeated Nunzio and Johnny Stamboli in a non-title handicap match, with the winner winning the trophy and the opportunity to become the #1 contender to Eddie Guerrero's WWE Championship. And then I wrote down and then Kurt Angle, I guess doing that promo was, the more Eddie Guerrero lies, cheats, and steals, the more he desecrates the very fabric that this country was built on. And I wrote down, well, who gonna tell him how this country was founded?
Exactly.
Like, you sure?
And then especially like he was like, who wants to wax my arm?
Nah, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But this part right here of the recap promo,
I said, bro, like,
who gonna tell this man how
y'all wilding all the way out?
You wanna know how this country was founded?
Do you really want to know?
Like, what Eddie Guerrero doing ain't got shit,
nothing to do with y'all
did
over here.
Let's be real here. Eddie Guerrero, and then to continue with this opening intro, Eddie Guerrero came out and interrupted Kurt Angle.
Had people here.
Yeah.
That part.
Eddie Guerrero came out and interrupted Kurt Angle and told him to do something about it before Kurt told him to take it easy, Holmes. And I was like, all right. Prior to announcing John Bradshaw Lakefield as the 5th and final nominee, who had just laid out Eddie with a clothesline from hell the week before, JBL said it's just business, and Eddie wasn't having it and went after JBL, who hid in his limo, until Eddie grabbed his, and I quote, $1,000 hat.
First of all,
who
why would I spend? Okay, I don't mind having $1,000. I don't mind having $1,000. But I'm not spending it on that one thing. Let alone that thing.
I can be the richest man in the world. I am not
and
spending.
I still won't put it
I still will
that.
shop at Goodwill.
Hello, right? Like, I have no problem.
Man.
I don't have no problem.
Well, Eddie had the fans desecrate the hat with food and drinks, and I'm like, bruh.
That was what's the hat made out of?
The way they folded it, I don't know if that thing was made out of paper.
Like, is it really that vintage material? Because who paying $1,000 for that thing?
Jonathan.
It's the government name, Jonathan.
Jonathan. That's who's paying for it. Not me. Jonathan. Then we got I want it. I like this intro. I love this intro. I want it all.
Mm-hmm.
I want it all. That's the sex. What success? I don't know what they were
saying.
Was like, I want it all. The best. Come on. I know you don't get on Twitter like that, but Twitter was having a field day with me the other day when I said I didn't recognize the visual of the version that they used during the summer of 2004. Because it was like, someone said it reminded them of the Michael Jackson Rock With You music video. You know how they had the lasers and all that stuff? They remade it in the summer of 2004 to it was in a transition between Eddie Guerrero and JBL because I think they was trying to get rid of the aesthetic of the Brock Lesnar era, so they redid it with the same song. And I was like, I know I'm having a Mandela effect right now because I don't remember this visual at all. And people was like, "Oh, you weren't outside." Yes, exactly where I was. I was outside when SmackDown came on. I was watching Raw mainly. Like I love it when people be like, "You weren't outside when this happened." Yes, that's exactly where I was. Yeah. I was outside. I was outside when the street lights was on. Got my ass whooped, but I was outside getting the street lights. I'm like, come on now. I laugh at that slogan. You went outside when this was on. That's exactly where I was. Bro. No, that's exactly where I was.
And if I didn't go then, I went out right after. So,
but I was more of a Raw guy anyway in 2004 because SmackDown 2004 was boring. So that's why I don't remember none of this stuff happening. I don't remember none of this stuff happening on this show and any show in 2004 during the summer in full because I was mainly watching Raw. So there's that. But that shit was hilarious. And then we got after the pyro, the intro, we got the SmackDown fist. This was the set I grew up on. I like this set more than I like the Oval set. I don't know why. Like I grew up on this one. Earlier this week, I like Michael.
I love it because of that fist. Like
exactly.
That still does it for me.
Earlier this week, San Antonio played host to college basketball's Final Four. Tonight, San Antonio hosts SmackDown Final Five. Who will win the Great American Award? Michael Cole and Taz on commentary. I like this. It'll be Rob Van Dam and Booker T versus Charlie Haas and The Big Show. I guess they will be there are 4 of the Final 5 that will be in this situation as well. We kick off the show with John Bradshaw Layfield to cut a promo. Man, this was a promo. That dude did you see that dude did you see that dude in the big yellow JBL hat? He had me staring at him for a good minute. I literally paused the entire episode just to stare like, what the fuck are you got on, bro? What do you have on?
I was like, this ain't a stunt double. What you got on?
I don't know what. So it's like,
seriously.
And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, if you ever follow me on Twitter at Josh Gresham RG, I literally post screen caps.
Yes.
And I tag the podcast. So you know exactly what I'm watching for the podcast. And I literally tagged that shit and I was like,
man,
y'all see this shit?
I was laughing. Like I was like, okay, cool. It's not just me.
I'm like, all right.
Because I noticed it too.
This promo was pre-JBL boomer that we get today with Baron Corbin. JBL is still furious about Eddie stealing his cowboy hat and destroying it last week. $1,000, I'd be here too. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't finna spend $1,000 on no hat either, dumbass. There's nothing wrong with being poor. It's just a sign of bad education. You can work your way out of it.
I mean, you got a point, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spend no $1,000 on that little hat you got.
Exactly. Like, come on, bro.
I'm not gonna do that now.
We're not doing that. Like, come on now. You sure? Is our education the problem, or are you the problem?
Right.
Like, I'm trying to understand. $1,000 to me is really just front pocket money. I don't have to go in my wallet for my designer clothes, for my in New York City nightlife, for my luxury hotel suites, fornication escort service. Hey, I'm a male. I'm like,
right.
what?
I was like, bro,
what are you doing? Why are you telling your business?
We don't need to know all that.
He was basically bragging about his new life since leaving Texas for New York City. JBL then offered $1,000 to someone who can finish Paco's job of waxing his limo in 60 seconds or less. That's what's wrong with welfare and society. Now you're cheering me because I'm handing out money. I'm like, all right. JBL, he then picked out a fan rocking a Latino Heat shirt, and JBL said, he told him, you, come here, cross over that rail. I'm sure you're used to crossing borders. What?
I'm like, wrong word, buddy. Dang. Like, you trying to get beat up today. That's what you trying to do.
That's heel heat. I guess what you could say in the insider term, that's heel heat, buddy. The crowd was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck? You was like, what the fuck? And his name is Enrique. And JBL looked disgusted and told him to go by Ricky because this is the United States. And I'm like, He told him to take over for Paco, and he had 60 seconds to wax on, wax off. They put a clock on, and Bradshaw said, perfect. If we had technology like that on the border, we wouldn't have some of these problems. I'm like, good God, man, why? Why is it?
You just bring it flame after flame after flame after flame. Like, you just, yeah.
Soon as Ricky started, Bradshaw started spewing every stereotypical job a Mexican has in America. More money you can make in a whole summer hauling hay. More money you can make pouring concrete. Ricky almost won until JBL he spilled some more of that wax substance. I don't know what the brand that they was using on the car, and he lost. Then JBL then started insulting this man and said he did a half-assed job and told him to enjoy the rest of the show. Cole and JBL went back and forth about what he did before they revealed the nominees for the Great American Award, which is like we talked about at the top of the show: JBL, Booker T, John Cena, Charlie Haas, and Big Show. And while they did that, I was just like, why did this segment exist?
Right.
I'm like, all right.
Even Paco didn't even want to do his own job.
I don't even think Paco wanted to be there. He was like, I really want to
go. Because his face said everything. His face was just like, bruh.
This was a job. It pays.
I'm about to quit.
I'm about to put in my resignation.
Right. I'm about to leave you right here.
Matter of fact, you're gonna have to get you a new driver. I'm about to
leave this car. Own car.
I'm about to go get a new you just gonna have to this show ain't gonna finish until you get this car out, but I'm not gonna drive it because, buddy. What? All right. Next up, we have a non-title match. The Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray and Devon, facing the WWE Tag Team Champions Scotty 2 Hottie and Rikishi. SmackDown is brought to you by Hitman Contracts for the PS2, Xbox, and PC. Did you ever play Hitman Contracts?
No.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was
pretty solid. It
was pretty solid.
But my cousins, they had like all the games anyway. So it's like they used to always be like, yeah, like you should like at least play at least like one time. Like it's all right. Like
what cracked me up is whenever I would go over my cousin's house to play the games that they say I should play. Let's go outside instead. Bitch, you just told me to play the game. All right.
But when it came to Grand Theft Auto, it was no problem. I was like, yeah, like them jokers live for Grand Theft Auto. Like
SmackDown was also brought to you by Reeboks and Walking Tall, starring The Rock. Rikishi and Scotty came out, and I'm always rocking to this song. Like, let's put this to bed right quick. Are they saying you look fly to me, or you can rock with me?
Hold on.
I'm gonna need you to
look at the lyrics.
We're gonna have to
look at the lyrics.
We do our research here on this podcast, live and in person, so you guys can know. Because I don't know if they're saying you look fly to me, or you can rock with me.
Let's see.
You look fly to me. You can rock with me. I've been thinking this for the past 20 years.
No, they say you look fly today.
Oh, you look fly today. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
That's what that says.
You look fly today. All right. So now it's like I still hear you look fly.
It sound like to me, yeah. That's what I thought it was too.
But you look fly today.
But it's today.
I guess. I'm probably gonna still say you look fly to me though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, you look fly today. You look fly today. You look high today. We're going to the mall to take you shopping to get your best outfits now. Yeah, that's what they said.
Them lyrics are kind of
hard.
That was the wait. That was the lyrics? I thought that's the only words they said. There was more to that.
No, I was reading a little bit of the verse, but
there's a verse
in the chorus. Yeah, I was reading a little bit of the verse.
I didn't know a verse
but
existed.
In the chorus, it does. Yeah, it does. But in the chorus, it said, "Yeah, you look fly today." Then it says, "You look fly today," and then they'll have, I guess, like a little interlude or something. Do the muscle, now walk away, or something like that. Yeah, it's in the lyrics. They got a whole like.
I want to believe you so bad.
I seen the link right now.
I want to believe you so bad because
I'm
like,
you the link right
there is
now.
no way there is lyrics to this song.
There's a whole verse.
Like, how does a verse exist in this song?
I just sent it to you.
Like, how?
Yes, it is.
How?
That's what I was.
You look what?
Yeah, that's a freestyle.
What? You look fly today, DJ Blazing. You look fly today. Okay, you got the welcome. Yeah, you look fly today. Then you freestyle. Let's go. Let's get it. You look fly today. You look high today. Yeah, I do. I look high every day. I ain't gonna lie to you. You look fly today. You look high today. We're going to the mall to take you shopping to get your best outfits now. We look fly today. We look fly where they're every day. Every road that we travel. You don't know where we've been through. You don't know what we've been through, but I gotta say, you look today, you are totally amazing. You are so beautiful. Hey, and girl, guess what? You look fly. What is this? Wait a minute.
They probably didn't play it when they when they were like walking down or something like that. They only play it's like probably maybe an instrumental version of it and just kept that hook.
That's literally it. Cause I'm like, what? There's a second verse?
Yeah.
How? We ain't leaving you men out because you look great in your suits and your ties. You iron your clothes before you buy your clothes. You go shopping before you buy your clothes. You use your credit card and debit card instead of money. Cash is the way to go. You should go to the bank or go to Speedways to get some gas. But hey, this is fine at last. This is my last time hanging with you. It's not because you look fly today. This don't even make any sense. Now do the thunderclaps 4 times. Now do the shoulder lean. Now do the nay-nay. What the wait a minute. Is this a remix? Oh, this is a remix.
Hey.
This is a remix. Okay, I'm about to say
verses.
No. This is a remix. This is like somebody's cover. I thought it was like the actual song.
I don't think it's the actual song.
No,
well, it do say you look fly today.
Yeah, you look fly today, but that was somebody doing the
that's
actual.
That's about it. But on YouTube, like when you hear the song, like they do say you look fly today.
Yeah, no, that was a freestyle. Okay, I'm about to say that's somebody doing a cover. That wasn't the actual song that they used. So we good on that. All right. But yeah, so you look fly today. You look fly today makes sense. We spent a lot of time on this theme song because I was determined to hear this. But back to the show. At this point, the Dudleys were 17-time tag team champions, looking to add another number to their collection. I believe they're 24 now. I mean, 24 times by 2023, 23 or 24. I know by 2010 they was 23-time tag team champions. So they won a lot of straps.
Yeah, they have.
Rikishi,
I was like,
what did you think about this match?
I mean, for me, I ain't gonna lie, like I did like it anyway. It was enjoyable, even like for me. Like especially like you got like all the dancing involved and stuff like that too. But at the same time, like I mean, I liked it because I liked Rikishi, so there's that. So,
Okay.
but I did like the Dudley Boys too. So it's like I was cool with it. It wasn't no big deal. Like I enjoyed it for what it was
when you think
during that
about
time frame.
if you look at my notes, it really wasn't that much of a big deal. Like Rikishi and Devon locked up to start the match, and Devon was getting frustrated with Rikishi early on. And when they went for a whip on the ropes, Devon ducked the strike, and Rikishi bent over for some reason, causing Devon to stop him to strike even more. I'm like, bro, you just throwing your ass up? Like you throwing your ass in a circle just by default? Like what are we doing here? Like you throwing asses in the circle now? Like now hold on. That's all I can say. Like, now hold on. Like, what are we doing
Can
here?
you warn somebody before you do all that?
Like, bro, you fucking up the rotation.
But I did enjoy what it was, though.
Yeah.
I did.
Scotty got lit up by the Dudleys briefly before making the hot tag to Rikishi, and their obsession with the close-ups of Rikishi's ass cheeks need to be questioned. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, what made it worse for me was them turning up the camera mics for when he smacked them, and all you heard was,
Yeah.
like,
it's like, bro.
Like as me as a child seeing that, I never closed my eyes so quick because all you saw was ass. It wasn't by passing. All they did was put this man's ass in the camera. Like all you saw was cheeks.
It literally did.
And this man was dressed. Imagine if you're not a wrestling fan and you don't know what I'm talking about. This man was wearing sumo wrestling pants. So all you saw was cheeks. All you saw was cheeks.
It was so funny. It's like they were just like, here, watch this. Like,
no, I don't want to see it.
They just threw it out there.
No, that's disgusting. No.
Yeah.
No.
Man.
Scotty set up Bubba for the worm, but Devon stopped them, and they hit the 3D to pick up the win over the champions. This was a solid match to open the show. Like, it wasn't the best, but it was solid. It was solid for what it was. And Devon and Bubba Ray, and the Dudley boys picked up the win over the champions in the non-title match. They get a title match in the near future. Charlie Haas is backstage with General Manager Kurt Angle saying he was an All-American and way better than his former tag team partner Shelton Benjamin. But Kurt said, nah, boy, he beat Triple H before Charlie started panicking until Kurt calmed him down and told him he still has a chance to sway his decision before Charlie said he can do it. I can do it. Big Show then walked in with his hair slicked back like a car salesman, basically telling him that only he deserves to win and become number one contender. Next up, we get a promo. Rico and Miss Jackie. They a promo for them plays, and this was another WWE bad attempt at making a flamboyant, potentially bisexual character work because it didn't come off natural to me. No, and that,
not really.
And that's coming from someone who has people in the family that are representing the LGBTQIA community. So I'm like. And when I showed them a clip of this, they was like, "Man, what the fuck is this?"
Duh. See, even they like we're not on board with this. Stop it.
But they make their runway debut on the next SmackDown after A-Train and Chuck Palumbo were traded to Raw, and I'm like, I don't even remember them appearing on Raw, so this was the thing. Next up, we get a cruiserweight championship match. Out first is Chavo Guerrero Jr. and Chavo Classic, Chavo Guerrero Sr. The same guy who had that big yellow JBL hat on earlier. He started being a piñata with Chavo's face on it. And all I wrote down was, okay. Because
yeah, I saw that too.
I'm like
I was like, what is happening right now? just explain. Like
the funny thing is, I cannot. I got nothing.
Just explain. Like, come on.
I got nothing at all. The challenger is Jamie Noble, so this should be a nice little Matt classic. This was post draft, so Nydia, his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, was drafted to Raw, and they pretty much did nothing with Jamie character wise. This is a nice back and forth match with Chavo Classic getting involved, and then Chavo used the ropes to pick up the win to retain the title. This match was a nice back and forth Matt Classic, if you will, if you're a fan of this. But yeah, obviously Chavo used the rope, so he got the cheat like his uncle Eddie to retain the title. We cut backstage to oh my god, this is probably my favorite. This is probably the favorite part of my show. We cut backstage to Teddy Long strutting down the hall backstage, and he walks up to Orlando Jordan, Spike Dudley, and Shannon Moore by saying, "What's up, gangsters?" And all I wrote down was, "Oh shit, here we go, yeah, buddy." And I actually wrote down everything he said. Like I legitimately wrote down. I think you probably be surprised at how many times I started and stopped and paused this thing just to get these notes down. So let's read what good old Teddy Long had to say. "What's up, gangsters? It's your boy Theodore R. Long. Now, gentlemen, Theodore R. Long is the talk in the locker room, and the reason why is because everybody, and I know you two are too now, is because everybody is waiting anxiously to see who Theodore R. Long is going to make a superstar. You know, somebody who is going to represent the SD SmackDown. Now, I know y'all feeling that, and see, what I want you to know, player, is that I'm looking for a man who has the perfect body. Bam! Hands Orlando Jordan a card. A man that has the face of Adonis. Bam! Hands Shannon a card. Also a man that's going to look good on the cover of Homegirl magazine. Does that even exist? I don't even know. But most of all, the man that has the mad dollar bill signs in his eyes. Now, I know you two are feeling that. Oh, and by the way, what I am looking for is the complete opposite of you, Spike Dudley." He say, "You is an ugly motherfucker. You is ugly."
He basically did. He actually just like went in on him in cold.
Spike said, "What the fuck?" With his face. He said, "What do you mean by this? Like, what are we doing here?" He said, "I might not have the best body or the pretty boy face you can put on magazines, but I do know is that I can whoop your butt any day of the week." Now, wait a minute. Don't start player hating. Spike challenged him to meet him in that ring one-on-one tonight. Teddy said, "What's wrong with you, player? You drinking that haterade again?" "I'm a businessman. I don't get dirty, and I don't get my clothes dirty. So the answer to your challenge is no." Spike calls him yellow and scared, and Teddy said, "Okay, I'll play Whitey's game." And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I heard that off the rip. I was like, "What did he say?" And then I had like rolled it back like a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, okay, like it's just getting back at." That's
it's one of them shows tonight. It's literally one of them shows. Okay, okay, player. Okay, I'll play Whitey's game. You want some of Theodore alone? You got it, and you gonna get some of this bugging and thugging. And if it's anybody I can beat here tonight, it's you, cracker. Holla at your boy. Oh man. Oh man. Oh. So this man went from calling Kane Crispy Cracker and SBR to calling Spike Dudley a cracker into Ooh. All right, back in the locker room, we see Booker T pacing back and forth, agitated. RVD walks up and is focused with this attitude Booker had lately, and Booker T is just not feeling it. He doesn't feel respected on SmackDown like he was on Raw. RVD says they are the best tag team anywhere. Booker reminds RVD that he was screwed over last week and says he would do whatever it takes to win, that being Booker. Booker says he's Raw, meaning he represents Raw. I thought you was anything else. And if he wants to go out and win the SmackDown championships, let's do it. And he walked off just utterly disgusted. Next up, we have a match as Danny Basham took on United States champion, the Doctor, as Michael Cole says, the Doctor of Thugonomics. Cena comes out to a massive pop with Kurt Angle watching on backstage, and John Cena cut a promo, which obviously I wrote down because I do my due diligence on this show, or at least I try to. He said this in the most whitest rap voice I've ever heard in my life. The Great American Award, I'm going to win it tonight. It's a no-brainer. Even Kurt Angle can get it right. I'm the United States champ. I put on a demonstration. I beat 2 Italians last week to get this nomination. Rene Dupree was ringside with one of his poodle mutts, so I punked out a French dude and his bitch with my nuts. And I'm like, what did you do to a dog with your nuts?
Rude. Like, just rude.
Oh, that's all I heard was like, now pause. What did you do? I don't know. So whoever I'm fighting tonight, I got a word of advice, man. I be slamming the cat with style, just like I was the Iceman. Nice little pop from the crowd. I got something to say to the rest of the nominees. Don't get choked up when you lose. Get choked up on these. Pulled out a bag of nuts and tosses them to the crowd. So I'm guessing this was when these nuts was prominent in 2004. Oh my God. Doug and Danny tried to do a switcheroo during the match. This match was pretty much a squash match, if you will. But Cena saw through it and took both of them out. After the throwback, Cena hit the 5-knuckle shuffle, the stiffest looking I've ever seen in my life, before hitting the FU to pick up the win. Will Kurt Angle be impressed with this win? John Cena, the Doctor of Thugonomics, was prime Doctor of Thugonomics at this point.
Yeah, it really was.
Next up is a tag team match as Booker T and Rob Van Dam came out first with their mashed up theme. And I completely forgot this mashed up theme ever existed. It's been a minute since I heard it. Their opponents is Charlie Haas and Big Show, still looking to impress Kurt Angle. Booker was nonchalant during this entire match, basically making this a handicap, as Big Show and Charlie Haas targeted RVD while Booker was just chilling. He was just like, I'm not feeling this. Because every time RVD tried to tag in Booker, he's nowhere to be found, checking on his knee or arguing with Big Show. RVD fights back against Haas and tries to tag Booker, but he walks away and out on RVD, showing his true colors. Rob stayed fighting back and had the match won with a 5-star frog splash before Big Show entered and took him out with a choke slam after RVD hit him in the face with a kick. Haas pinned RVD and picked up the win for his team. What you think about this match?
So,
or did this get the 10-second treatment?
No, like it was okay. Like it's okay. So like the energy, like it was cool for like a little bit in the beginning.
Right.
And then like eventually, like for me, it started like dying down. So I was just like, okay, like I felt like they could have did a little bit more with this segment. Just a little bit more.
Just a little bit. And they probably did something last week, but then again, when we do these reviews, we kind of are out of context with certain stories. But then when I did my due diligence, I believe Booker was this was after Booker was traded to SmackDown for Triple H.
Okay.
It was Booker and the Dudleys who got traded to SmackDown for Triple H. And he was like, I was a big star on Raw, but I feel like I'm bigger than SmackDown. Like he was still he was getting full of him. He was full of himself. So that's probably if you knew that context going in, you probably would have understood this match happening the way it was. Booker was basically alienating himself from everybody because he feels like he's bigger than SmackDown.
That makes sense.
After replays of Booker T walking out on RVD backstage, a furious Rob is in the face of GM Kurt Angle, who says he didn't know that was going to happen, and Kurt Angle makes it Booker T versus RVD on the next SmackDown. We may watch it in the future, we may not. Next up is Rene Dupree and Fifi, with Rene set to compete. Taz says the dog looks like a chia pet.
This got the 10 second. It did.
This match was 10
It
seconds.
did.
So you basically missed the
did.
entire match. His opponent is bald-headed Orlando Jordan with the most generic music ever. Dupree took the offense to Jordan with a USA chant overtime because, of course, Dupree does his dance while Taz starts yelling, "I'm a French guy. I'm a French man," because I'm a French man. I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. But I love Taz, so I ain't really too bad. But like I said, this was a squash match with Renee picking up the win with a Michinoku driver. That was it.
Okay.
He was the French phenom, just winning over a
French
driver.
Phenom.
That was literally his nickname, the French Phenom.
Oh man. So we had the Phenom and the French Phenom at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Backstage, a shirtless Teddy Long is shadowboxing as he prepares to face Spike Dudley
Man,
tonight.
This was funny. This was hilarious.
I was like,
I caught this one for sure.
When he did
I was like,
that,
I gotta see this.
Kurt Angle then calls for Eddie Guerrero to come to his office ASAP. They ran a poll for who the fans wanted to see win, and John Cena won the poll with 280,429 votes. Then we got the Raw rebound. They showed Mick Foley going hand with Barbie to back, Chris Jericho costing Trish Stratus a battle royal win, Eugene licking Jerry Lawler for some reason, Shelton Benjamin confronting Triple H about his win and challenged him to a rematch. Benjamin won with a countout for the second week in a row before Evolution attacked him, and then Shelton was saved by Foley, Shawn, and Benoit. Mm-hmm. Bischoff booked a 4-on-2 handicap match for the next episode. Looked like a fun episode. We may come across it at some point. Who knows? Eddie Guerrero makes his way into Kurt Angle's office, and Eddie just goes off with the promo talking about the trophy. It was like I could not physically describe what he was saying. It was just Eddie Guerrero. That's literally all I can say. That's how I can explain it, because that man has a way with words that I feel like has not been duplicated to this day. Kurt basically gave Eddie the night off, even though we're over an hour into the show. So I'm like, you couldn't call him to give him the night off. You wait till he was in the arena in the show. Come on, man. The common courtesy of these bosses. Next up is Teddy Long versus Spike Dudley. It's the Mac Militant. Come to get it on.
Hey, that song still hit.
He appeared on
That
Raw. He appeared on Raw,
hit.
on Raw 32. He made the
That
6-man
song
tag
still
team
hit.
match official, and he called Imperium Imperion. He said Imperion. I'm like, come on, man. You got that old man memory. Oh, I love Teddy though.
Yeah, so funny.
Teddy came
I'll
out.
still bump that song every now and then too. Like it just.
You know it's the Mac Militant. Come and get it
And then you know
on.
it's gonna happen. Like as soon as you hear that part.
So I don't know what they're saying.
That's all you want to do.
The back to say yeah. I love that song. Like I said, Teddy came out dressed like he's about to box. Teddy grabbed the microphone, and best believe I wrote this promo down too. Anything with Teddy Long in it, I'm writing the promo down. I put the closed caption on, and I'm writing the promo down.
Say anything, Teddy Long.
He said, let me say something to you right now, gangster. Now, before I lay this thugging and bugging down on you, player, I think the best thing for you to do is get yourself a warm-up. You feel me? Now, I got just the man for you. One of the baddest Italians here in the WWE. A man that is untouchable. Johnny the Bull. You people stand up and show your love for Johnny the Bull. I'm like, what? Who is Johnny the Bull? He was talking about Johnny Stamboli of the FBI. He makes his way to the ring, and he was kind of beefy. Like, I wasn't expecting him to be. I thought he was a jobber, but when I saw him, I'm like, yo, you kind of beefy.
Swole.
You beefy. He took the fight to Spike instantly. Spike was getting his ass whooped until he connected with the Dudley Dog to pick up the win. Teddy got in the ring and was teasing a fight until Mark Jindrak attacked Spike from behind, and that big motherfucker was big. So the match never happened because this was a way to introduce this partnership, and I don't remember this partnership at all. I wonder what went down with this. Matter of fact, let me pull up the Google Yeah, we do our research on this podcast. Mark Jindrak and Teddy
They
Long.
should have him. Yeah, they should have his name up. His name.
Like,
should
I
pop
don't
up.
remember this at all. Wait. This didn't even last that long. Someone wrote down.
Dang, really?
They said Teddy Long had the most bizarre heel. Oh no, that was 2009. But yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, I barely remember this partnership. Like we might have to do some research because this lasted for a minute, like a month or two
Wow.
before they gave up.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Because I think after it's like I think they stopped with this one because after Kurt Angle was removed from general manager position, Teddy Long was brought in, and he was the general manager for years after that. So, that's interesting. But yeah, this was a interesting segment. But anything with Teddy Long got a chuckle out of me all night. From calling Spike a cracker, calling Kane a crispy cracker in SmackDown versus Raw, to whatever this is with Johnny the Bull. Like the way it's like his promos was just unique too. So I love me some Teddy Long.
Yeah.
Now it's time to crown the winner of the Great American Award. Out first is none other than the SmackDown General Manager, Kurt Angle. Kurt introduced the nominees. Out first is John Cena, who placed a pack of nuts in Kurt's pocket, where Taz asked, "What's that?" And Cole responded in the whitest way possible, "These nuts." And I'm like, I never want to hear that again in my life, ever again. No. He then introduced Charlie Haas, Booker T, Big Show, and John Bradshaw Layfield. Kurt Angle mentioned the fan vote, and when I looked at the layout they used, A, nostalgia, and B, if you look close enough at the top left corner, it still said WWF.com and not WWE.com.
Oh.
The WWF lives, baby.
It does say WWF, yeah.
The WWF lives, baby. Kurt Angle was about to announce
say
Cena as the winner until JBL interrupted him and said, "Show the footage that was filmed last night." And this is the part of the episode where I said, "Oh no."
Yeah, they messed up.
Oh no. It's that episode. I said, and I literally wrote this down. I said, "Is this that episode where JBL tossed people across the border?" Oh my God. I sat there for like the entire promo and I had no words. Like I couldn't even write. I literally was just listening to this and I'm like, this man cut a racist ass promo.
He did.
About Mexico and the borders that I don't even want to repeat because it was that. It was that bad.
It really was.
Airing this was a choice, but they did it.
I'm like, okay, well,
it worked. I guess
that's what you wanted to do.
If I have to play devil's advocate, it worked because people hated it and him. I don't get it
for doing it. Yeah,
I don't get it. Like, why did you have to? But it was 2004, so that was literally what they did back then. Whatever gets you heat, it's whatever. It happened, but but Kurt Angle was impressed and awarded the Great American Award to none other than John Bradshaw Layfield, much to the dismay of John Cena and the fans. JBL is now the #1 contender for the WWE Championship, and he will face Eddie Guerrero at Judgment Day. The same Judgment Day where Eddie Guerrero bladed and cut an artery, causing him to bleed like crazy and go into shock backstage after the match. Kurt Angle was about to present the trophy to JBL, but when Kurt pulled the sheet up, it was a homemade trophy with Eddie's picture just smiling. And Eddie basically stole the trophy. Eddie makes his way out with the trophy as a hood ornament. Eddie made his entrance, and man, this guy was so great. He was all smiling vibes during his entire entrance. Like it didn't come off as it didn't come off as forced. It didn't come off as rehearsed. It was just him vibing. It was just
natural.
He was just vibing. I'm like, man, I'm still mad that I missed his entire run. That's the only reason why I'm mad that I missed this era of SmackDown 2004, because this was peak Eddie. Eddie makes his way out with the took the trophy, and Kurt threatened to strip him of the title if he doesn't give it to them now. Eddie then proceeds to place his hand on the trophy and breaks one of the bald-winged eagles off. And the way he tried to fix it, I could not stop laughing. I could not stop laughing the entire time.
I was like, this man here.
This man was.
He literally was trying to. He's like, oh.
He's like, oh, shit, I'm sorry.
I was like,
My
man,
bad.
I can't. But what was funny, what got me was when he was doing that, I said, okay. I know he's gonna sit here and try to act like he's gonna fix it, but I'm trying to figure out is he gonna break the other one. That was my first.
Remember that line? He said, it's all right, Holmes. Eagles can fly with one wing. And I'm like,
wing,
bro, what? He said all that before Eddie attacked JBL with the trophy, so he basically broke the trophy.
Mm-hmm.
He broke it off JBL's body. Eddie grabs a steel chair and threatens to break the trophy. Kurt threatens him to not do it or he will pay. And Eddie said, fuck it, before attacking the trophy with a chair. And he destroyed the hell out of that trophy. Huh? Eddie Guerrero stood tall as JBL has been named #1 contender. And that concludes SmackDown.
I still enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it, but that was a lot to process. Like
I did enjoy it. I was just like, man,
that was that didn't age well.
Nah, not by a long shot.
No. It was okay for the time. I'm not condoning it, but
you can't do that now. Like, oh no.
Ooh, boy. Bump cancel culture. You'll have sponsors pulling out your company.
Telling you.
Like, people be
sponsors, endorsements, people be ready to knock at your door.
That's what I'm saying. People be trying to say, oh, cancel culture is this, cancel culture is that. But it's like, bro, we ain't talking about cancel culture. We talking about the sponsors that you're gonna lose. Nike will drop you in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Adidas will drop you without even thinking. Nike will take the design you made, take your logo off of it and sell it in 6 months.
Mm-hmm. Or change it to theirs.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like I'm not out here trying to counsel nobody, but at the same time it's like, bruh, common sense.
Right.
So yeah, what they did then ain't gonna fly now. You see they purposely are trying to leave this era out of promo packages.
Mm-hmm.
Because even they know, like, we probably wouldn't let this fly nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But that was SmackDown from April 8th, 2004. All right, now is the time of the show where I hand the reins over to the queen herself. It is Chop It Up with the Bandit's time. I was about to say something else, but yeah, it's time to chop it up with the Bandit, where she give me 3 top trending topics, and the floor is now yours, Miss Rebel.
Well, first off, we got some January babies to shout out. First, we got Mercedes Bernardo, her birthday.
Mercedes Monet.
She just turned 31, so shout out to her. If anybody trying to figure out when that day is, it's January 26th. Also, there is another birthday shout out as well. You know, his name is Matt. I forgot his last name, but I remember his first name off the bat. His name is Matt something, but the man that plays off of Scooby-Doo, the original Scooby-Doo, he plays Shaggy.
Oh,
but he also plays in I think he played in Scream at one point, or some scary movie. Like at one point he played in that too. But his birthday as well. He's like, I think he just turned like 53 or something, like in his 50s or something. So yeah, like that's also exciting. Also, there has been a situation, a young man, he passed away. I think he was battling cancer. So I really do hope and pray that for peace and comfort for his family.
Was it
Ezra?
Edward? I think
so.
I think I know exactly who you're talking about, because that's been I've seen that on my feed a lot. So yeah, I believe that's what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yep. Also, please, 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 please. Can't say it, any much further than that. Drink your water, wash your body. If there's anybody out there that you love, make sure you tell them that you love them, because life is too short and tomorrow's not promised. So it's best to handle everything you need to handle right this second, right on today. So make sure you handle that. Also, please stay safe out here. Yeah, number one, it's too cold to act a fool. So let's get that out the way. But yes, please stay safe out here. If you happen to, be traveling for work, make sure that you prioritize your time accordingly so you can get to work on time. However, if you're late, please come up with a legitimate excuse. Don't sit here and say, "Oh, because I just don't want to show up." Unless you just got that privilege like that, then that's different. But don't just say that just to say that, because then you'll have problems. Other than that, y'all be good out here. Do something nice for somebody, and don't just do it just to be seen or just take credit for it. Don't do that. Do it because it's the right thing to do, and your heart is in the right place. So, yep, that's all I got for you.
All right. And that's all she got for us. And that is our show. Make sure you guys check out www.greshandunleashed.com. Download the episode if you're listening wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and rate the show. Like, give some ratings because it helps us go up the food chain, if you will, in our category. I believe it keeps changing. It goes from wrestling to sports, back to wrestling to comedy because we laugh too much. I don't know the algorithm of podcasting, but it's confusing. Other than that, any plugs we got going on, make sure you guys check out anything that we've released. We got some interviews dropping very, very soon. The interviews are starting very, very, very soon. With me going out of town. So basically, make sure you guys tap in and keep it locked. And it's a good time. We starting off the year right. We starting off the year strong. And this is pretty much some stuff. For these next 2 episodes, we aren't in person, but we are looking to be back in person when I get back from North Carolina. So keep it locked, keep it tuned in, and make sure you guys continue to support the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast, because we appreciate you dearly. And with that being said, you guys, make sure you follow us on social media at Gresh Unleashed, and myself, Josh Gresham, ORG, Suela as well. If you don't know her apps, make sure you just check out solo.to/Suela, and make sure you guys continue to just be safe out here. Don't be stupid like most people. And remember, Simba. Remember to always eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. We out. Be breezy.
Bye, y'all.